Alright, so in this problem, I have 8 to the power of x is equal to 16. So I want to find the value of x here. So for my solution, I'm going to start by rewriting my equation here. So my equation is 8 to the power of x is equal to 16. Now, before we start doing anything, let's just inspect this problem real quick. So if I plug in x equals 1 into this equation, I get 8 to the power of 1 is equal to 16, which 8 to the power of 1 is the same thing as 8, so I get 8 equals 16, which is false, right? Now if I plug in x equals 2, I get 8 to the power of 2 is equal to 16, and 8 to the power of 2 is 64. So I get 64 equals 16. And notice how there's a big gap between 8 and 64. So we know that the value of x is not going to be a whole number but a decimal, and it's going to be somewhere in between 1 and 2. So x is greater than 1 but less than 2. We know this. Now, how are we going to actually solve this problem and find the exact value of x? Well, what I can do is rewrite 16 as 8 times 2. Now what I'm going to do is divide both sides by 8. So then these two cancel out, and I get 8 to the power of x over 8 is equal to 2. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of m over a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m minus n. So a to the power of x over a to the power of 1 is equal to a to the power of x minus 1, which is equal to 2. Now a is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3, so I get 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 2. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x minus 1 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3 times x minus 1. And 3 times x minus 1, I can distribute 3, so I get 2 to the power of 3x minus 3 is equal to 2. And 2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this means that m is equal to n. So this means that 3x minus 3 is equal to 1. And now if I add 3 on both sides, I get 3x is equal to 4, and x is equal to 4 over 3. Now, there actually is another way to solve this problem. What I can also do is at the start rewrite both of these in bases of 2. So 8 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3, so I get 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x, and 16 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 4. Now this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3x is equal to 2 to the power of 4, meaning that 3x is equal to 4, and x is equal to 4 over 3. So this is a much simpler method of solving this problem.
Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have x to the power of x is equal to 10 to the power of 200. Now 200, this is equal to 2 times 100. So I'm going to replace 200 with 2 times 100. So now we have x to the power of x is equal to 10 to the power of 2 times 100. Now, if we have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. And the same thing goes vice versa. A to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m times n. So now I'm going to rewrite 10 to the power of 2 times 100 as 10 to the power of 2 to the power of 100. So this means that x to the power of x is equal to 10 to the power of 2 to the power of 100. Now, 10 squared, that's simply 100, right? So now we have x to the power of x is equal to 100 to the power of 100. And if we have something in the form a to the power of a is equal to b to the power of b, as long as b is greater than or equal to 1, a is equal to b. So in this case, b is greater than or equal to 1. It's 100, which is much greater than 1. So this means that x is equal to 100. Now, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and see if it's right. So we have 100 to the power of 100 is equal to 10 to the power of 200. Now, 100, this is the same thing as 10 squared, right? So now I have 10 squared to the power of 100 is equal to 10 to the power of 200. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 10 to the power of 2 to the power of 100, this would equal 10 to the power of 2 times 100. And 10 to the power of 2 times 100 is 10 to the power of 200. So we have 10 to the power of 200 equals 10 to the power of 200. Because this is right, we know our solution is x equals 100.